My name is Martin Colberg. I'm the founder of True North Designs, and I have an ambition to revitalize the Danish design tradition together with a new generation of Danish designers by simply making furniture so beautiful that you will want them in your home and so strong that you can use them in your workplace. I choose to start the story here on Dodona, my old long-keeled Swedish sailing boat from 1985, because the ocean, with all the magic, beauty and ferocity it holds, has played a huge role in my life ever since my mother gave me a children's book written by a well-known Danish circumnavigator back when I was only 11 years old. The ocean can teach us many things, and some of the most important lessons it has taught me are those of self-reliance, situational awareness, and more than anything, the value of a good strong crew bound by mutual trust. I came into the furniture industry very much by chance at the age of 21. I was immediately fascinated by the combination of craftsmanship and creativity that is quite unique to this industry. And I loved every minute of it until 2012, when at the back end of the financial crisis, I decided that I wanted to try something new. So I did, and I was pretty good at it. I was given a fine German car and I wore a black suit, and I made a decent living of it too. But it wasn't long before an uneasy feeling started creeping in on me. Was I in fact making a living as a mercenary when I could be a freedom fighter? In the end, I decided that I was, and that I had to find my way home. I had to start making my own furniture. My longtime friend Eska Solberg, who's the designer behind our Salon and Regatta chairs, played an important role in making me realize that my stint outside the furniture industry had to come to an end. Over a cup of coffee in a Copenhagen cafe, he poked at me with the sharp end of a stick, and after initially protesting and trying to convince him that I was all done with the furniture, I had to admit to myself that in fact I wasn't. And so the work started. Based on sketches that Eska had in his files, we developed the Salon Chair into a modern, comfortable armchair, a piece that obviously builds on the tradition that we're part of, but at the same time brings something new to the table. A real Danish chair that is recognized as such by anyone who sees it. And almost simultaneously, we developed the Salon table range, a system that with only a few components offers huge flexibility and strength on top of that Scandi aesthetic. The Salon tables have a solid oak frame in 3 standard finishes and tops in either oak, laminate or linoleum. With these 2 contributions from Eska to our range, we launched the business in September 2016, and shortly thereafter, Carsten Bull's Pandora Chair followed. I had already known Carsten for quite a few years at that point, and he and I had and still have real respect for each other. Our cooperation is different to the one that I have with Eska, but no less open or dialogue based. Carsten has a great understanding of what we're trying to achieve in True North Designs, and has turned that understanding into some fantastic products that have done very well for us. And then, all of a sudden, True North Designs was no longer just an idea in my head or notes on paper, but a real business with real products that we were going to show to the world. The iconic and extremely comfortable Salon Chair, the strong and characteristic Pandora Chair, and the versatile Salon table system were ready, and we were off. Before I continue down the timeline and bring you up to date with the business that is True North Designs today, I would like to pause for a moment and re-explore why it is that we do what we do. At the core of it all, we're on a mission to revitalize the Danish design tradition. Not because we don't respect the great men and women who came before us and pioneered our industry, but because we do so immensely. I love the work of Hans Wegner and Nana Ditzel and Kai Christensen. They were the reason that I fell in love with furniture in the first place back in the 90s. But that said, I know that if traditions aren't allowed to develop, if they turn static, they will eventually wither and die. And that is not in the interest of anyone in this industry. And I strongly feel that we need to lend a voice to a new generation of designers here in Denmark, because there's so much talent out there, and we need to provide them with mentorship and opportunity And then perhaps one day, they'll be the legends of our industry. And you'll see me standing in the background at an award show, drinking in hand, looking well proud over having played some small part in a young person's career. Back to the story and the next point of order, which was to make enough money to expand the range and realize a few more of our ideas. We wanted to do two things at the same time. Expand the Pandora range to include a lounge chair and a bar stool, which will allow the chairs into living rooms, dining rooms and kitchens alike. And at the same time create a strong proposition to the hospitality sector. The second ambition I brought to Eska as a challenge, asking him to make a beautiful wooden armchair that would stack without that feature being immediately apparent in the design. A difficult challenge that took us 2 years and 3 prototypes to get just right. The result is our regatta stacking armchair that even before launch in the beginning of 2020 had led to orders from restaurants and hotels from England in the west to the Faroe Islands in the north. The latest addition to the range are the Dodona lounge and side tables that we've developed with the only 26-year-old cabinet maker and designer Peter Zero. We've had the pleasure of following Peter almost since he started design school, and he's become a close friend of our family over the last couple of years. A real brother in arms in the crusade to make long-lasting, beautiful wooden furniture. And to bring us back full circle, Peter named his tables after that old long-keeled Swedish sailing boat that we started the story on. While I'm recording this in December of 2020, all of Europe is battling the second wave of COVID-19. And although we've fared better than most through this global ordeal, we keep our eyes on the compass and try to steer our boat through the calm in anticipation of the wind filling our sails once again before too long. So thanks for joining us, and feel free to stay on board by following us on Instagram, YouTube or LinkedIn. Stay safe and stay strong.